And the style of dance that we do actually is called krumping, except for gonna be the popper. And what it stands for is Kingdom, Radically Uplifted, Mighty Praise. So it is a praise dance, even though it may look really aggressive and angry. At some points, it's not, has no anger or rage in it at all, actually. It's a good way to express yourself through an art form, which is dance. And it relieves a lot of stress, believe it or not. It may look like we're stressing our bodies, but we really aren't. Makes me feel really relaxed and stuff. I'd actually like to pray first. I wasn't going to, but we were listening to the songs, and I thought I'd pray.
I know this is going like a bit awkward, but this is really important, because the reason why I'm telling you this is I'll give you a bit of my background, okay? I lived in England for a while because I just got divorced. My ex-husband stole my children, and I couldn't see them. I didn't see them, what, a year and a half? 2 years? I didn't see them for about 2 years. He just kept on hiding them away from me, and whenever I would get them, then he would put certain procedures in place so that I couldn't see them. And it got to a point in a place where I fled the country because I couldn't handle it anymore, and I did something really stupid. I tried to get my ex-husband killed. I paid someone to kill him, okay? Because there was a lot of other stuff. He was very abusive, and he shot me. And he got away with it because he was a magistrate, okay? And because of the law and the corruption in South Africa, no one did anything about him because he was a high tree. And so I paid someone a ransom to shoot my ex-husband. And the day before it was supposed to happen, or actually the morning it was supposed to happen, I paid for the guys to get myself and my children false passports so that we could flee the country after we shot him. Okay, so they were going to steal my children once they kill him. And on the morning that it happened, I couldn't do it. And the guy that I had paid was so angry that he went to my ex-husband and he told him of my plan. And I was going to stand a charge. They were going to put me in jail. So a lot of other things happened and was put in place, so again I couldn't see my children, so I left the country. And in leaving the country, I walked away from the Lord because I didn't realize what His love was really all about. I didn't understand mercy. I knew that God was there, I knew He died on the cross for me, but I didn't know the extent of His mercy. And the extent of His mercy was this: I walked away from Him. I got involved in pagan worshipping, which is witchcraft, for those who don't know. And I was literally very involved in it. I was actively practicing witch. Okay? And during one of my ceremonies, actually, I realized what I was able to do and how much control I could exert on people and things. I could move things. I would touch people and I would know what they're thinking. I could tell their fortunes, and that's the truth that my kids can prove, we can tell that is the truth. And on that one specific day, I was desperate to have my children back. I didn't know if I would ever have them back. In actual fact, I was told I would never get my children back because of what I did. And I went on my knees halfway through a ritual, realizing that if I can do this without God, how much more can I achieve with God? It was just a thought. And I believe today that it's the Holy Spirit that spoke to my heart that day, saying, if you can do this, partnering with Satan, how much more can God sort your life out? My court case went on for 8.5 years. Okay? It cost me 3.68 million. Okay? There was no end to it. It just kept on coming. And I suffered a lot of humiliation and a lot of untruth was told about me. And because I was on the wrong side of what I did, I had no place to stand. People wouldn't listen and hear what I had to say. But going back to that specific day, I was in England. And in that session, I fell on my knees and I said, Lord, if you really exist, and if you really, really, really love me like your word says you do, because I don't believe it. I think you're a mean God. I thought he was a mean God. I really honestly thought that. I thought he was man up there. I thought he had a very bad sense of humor. And I used to tell him that. I used to tell people that I don't want to be a Christian because Christian people are hypocrites. They don't really live what they say. And some of them think they know what they say, but they just really don't. And anyways, and that day, I fell on my knees and I said, if you really exist, I need you to show me now. Now. Not 6 months down the line, my life is a mess. And my life was a mess. Someday I'll share my testimony with you guys. I needed a miracle. Not a little one. Not a luck shot. I needed a miracle. And I landed up at the end of that, flat on my face, knowing that God loved me and that he was going to make a change. 72 hours, 3 days. God changed my life. Someone phoned me and told me, if you want to see your children get back in South Africa, we'll make sure there's safe passage for you. Because if I went back, they would have locked me up and they would have put me in jail. I went back. And you know what? I never faced a charge. I got to see my children within 72 hours of that prayer. And you know what? 23 days after that, I drove home with my children. My court case of 8.5 years was shut. I was given gross pardon because of negligence from their side, because they never wanted to hear my truth, my side. The court case was closed and the kids were given to me. Previously, I couldn't even get temporary custody. That's God for you.